Hey, I'm Sonic Kim, or Connor McCandless if you're watching me here on Instagram, America's Face of Dating. And today, we're gonna be talking about why can't I get past the first date? Well, typically before we jump into this coaching chronicle that one of you guys sent into me on Instagram, this is a direct Instagram message. If you guys have any questions for me, message me on Instagram or comment below if you're on my YouTube watching this video. But if you can't get past the first date, it literally just means you just didn't create a bond with her that was strong enough to go on to the second date. So a lot of guys just think, oh, if I just get to momentum and I just, make her laugh a little bit on the first date, then she's gonna want a second date. And that's just far from the truth. A lot of guys try to rely on just momentum, as they call it, to get to the next date. But that momentum, if you just rely on that momentum, you're gonna burn out. Okay, like the attraction is just gonna burn out because it's a fuel that burns fast when you don't know the skills to keep it going. So what you wanna do here, especially on the first date, is you wanna create a bond with the girl. You not only want to attract her, a lot of you guys are really good, just what I've seen from the clients that I've worked with, and over the 100 clients that I've helped get their dream relationship now, just in the past couple of years, and especially the guys that I work with currently in my program who are transforming their dating lives just rapidly by the second. If you just look at our Wins channel on my Instagram story, it's just absolutely insane what's going on over here. But some people call me a liar. Some people say I'm fake or a fraud just because the results we're getting is just so good, which I personally take as a compliment. But a lot of you guys, just from what I've seen and studied from the guys that I have coached over the past couple of years, is that a lot of you guys are really good at building rapport with the girl. There's two tanks that you need to fill. The first one is the attraction tank. The second one is the rapport tank. And when you only fill the rapport tank, you have like really good conversation, quote unquote, but she doesn't want the next date. It's because you didn't fill up the attraction tank with it. You need to fill up both. But if you only fill up the attraction tank with the girl and you just flirt with her and you tease her, but you don't fill up any of the rapport tank, eventually she's gonna go cold anyways, because she's just gonna view you as a playboy or a guy that just wants her for her body, let's say, or something like that. So keep that in mind, excuse me, as we review this coaching chronicle here. But he goes, hey Connor, hey, I've been following your content for a while and I'm finally reaching out because I'm stuck. Well, if you've been following my content for a while, then you know that I preach self-growth, self-development, and also self-reliance. I want you guys to be able to rely on your own skills to have the best lives that you possibly can be, whether that means living on the beach one day, whether that means growing that business, whether that means getting into that dream relationship. But specifically, I talk about relationships in my content and dating. In my content specifically, though, I press on self-growth because you guys need to develop the skills, especially with dating, if you want to get anywhere with dating. A lot of guys have this ego with dating where they're just like, I don't need to get dating advice. That's just what beta males do. That's just what weak, soft men do. Okay, well, dude, it's like anything in life, like how you got to your career, your great career that you have now, you're making great money, I'm assuming, or at least decent money. Did you just get that by just magically appearing, or did you have to like do some process, like learn the skills needed to get that career? Let's say it's tech. You can't just walk right into tech. Like you have to learn coding and all this other stuff. Like my clients who work in tech, they told me about, like, you got to do the same thing with dating if you want to progress. And it's like, if you're feeling frustration, it probably means that your process isn't working and you need to plug in a new process and learn the skills necessary. That's why I really preach in my content on Instagram and here on YouTube and Facebook that you guys really need to have a growth mentality. If you don't, it's just gonna be impossible to level up with dating and find your dream relationship, because women they don't want a man who has the perfect timing or is the most attractive. Women want a man with a growth mentality. They want a man with a vision, a man that's going somewhere, has a purpose with his life, not the man who has the best timing or the most confidence or whatever. You know what I mean? They want a man with a growth mentality who overall is going somewhere and is confident in who he is internally. And that's what I teach in my program right now, is getting you guys to a place where you don't rely on outer or external things to fuel your confidence. He says, here's the thing. Back in college, I went through a brutal heartbreak. I was with a girl for 2 years and I was getting ready to propose when I found out she was talking to another guy behind my back. It's horrible, dude. That's really bad. that experience wrecked me, and honestly, it took years to recover. One of the first things I talk about in my program Arrows, in the confidence module literally, is how I learned the attraction skills to attract this varsity cheerleader who was smoking hot. And that only took like a few weeks to learn. Like the attraction triggers are really easy to learn. But what really wrecked me was I didn't understand how to really build it and have that strong relationship. And so because of that, she ended up cheating on me with my best friend, and I caught them in bed together, and it absolutely sucked and wrecked my confidence. That's when I personally realized I had so much to learn still. Just because like it really wrecked my confidence. Now, I basically just had to start from ground zero and build back up. But as they say, rock bottom is the perfect place to start building a foundation. He goes, fast forward to now, I've been trying to get back into dating, but I feel like a completely different person around women that I'm actually interested in. I can talk to girls I'm not attracted to with no problem, but when it's someone I really like, I freeze up. I overthink everything and end up sabotaging myself. Well, as Einstein said, you can't solve a problem with the same level of thinking that created it to begin with. You're trying to solve a problem with the same level of thinking here, dude. If you keep having the same problem happen, you need to look at it from a different perspective. And what that different perspective looks like is if it's easy to talk to girls you're not attracted to, it means in your brain you've already basically labeled them as someone you would not want to be with. And because of this, now it's easier to talk to them because your brain's like, well, I don't really care if they reject me. I don't want them anyways. But your problem is you're placing girls that you do want in the I would box. And because of that, now every single girl that's rejected you that you really, really liked, you now label them as if they are that girl basically. So you basically view this girl as the one girl that probably rejected you or the girl that you were about to propose to. And now literally you talk to her from this angle where it's almost like you're talking up to her and she loses respect for you in the conversation. The way to fix that, by the way, and the way to cure that is you must basically do what you're doing with the I would nots. You must basically take every single girl and place them in the I would not category. Even if they are attractive, they must prove themselves to you as if they are worthy for you because you're the man. When I do manage to go on a date, I can never seem to get past the first one. The connection just fizzles out or the girl goes cold on me. It's frustrating because I genuinely want to build something real and have that in-person connection, but I don't know what I'm doing wrong. He said it's frustrating because I genuinely want to build something. Well, dude, frustration is trying to communicate to you that your process just isn't working. And even, again, quoting Einstein, insanity is the definition, literally, of doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. You're doing the same thing on your dates. You might think, oh, I'm doing something different, right? I'm doing something else. I'm trying something else. But literally, if we just watched you on the date or watched you texting the girl, I guarantee you're basically saying different things, but it all has the same message behind it. And it's you're being just way too nice is what it sounds like. You're being way too nice. You're being way too predictable and boring. And you don't have any confidence. You don't have any energy and oomph, like any amp, dude, behind what you're saying. And that's what's causing the girl to go cold on you because she doesn't want to bond with somebody like that. He says, I'll be honest, I've been hesitant about paying for coaching or getting outside help. Okay, well, dude, that mentality is just going to keep you stuck. Like, dude, you know how much I've invested in coaches and personal mentors over the last, if I showed you my tax returns for 2024 last year, you would probably shit your pants. I shat my pants, dude. I had to sum my expenses up 10 times because I didn't believe that I spent that much money. I spent $291,000 last year. I was like, what the fuck did I buy? And literally half of that was coaches and mentors. It's like, but also like I look at my life now and I'm like, I've watched myself from 6 months ago and I'm like, dude, that was a completely different person. I'm literally like a completely different person today just because I keep investing in myself and I don't regret it. Like my life is fucking amazing and it's because I keep growing, I keep learning. I'm gonna do that till the day I die probably. Like I love doing it. My credit card doesn't, but it at the end of the day, the ROI on those investments is absolutely incredible. I 10x every single investment. And as the old saying goes, scared money don't make money. So dude, scared money is gonna keep you stuck, bro. If you would much rather just go through tens of thousands of rejections because you're too afraid to swipe your credit card like a fucking G and a fucking man, and you're too afraid to invest in yourself, bro, what kind of woman's gonna want you anyway? You're like, oh, I'm really hesitant to invest in myself and better myself. What girl is going to be turned on and attracted to that? No girl that you would want. Trust me. No girl you want is going to be attracted to that. He says, I keep thinking I should be able to figure this out on my own. But at this point, I'm wondering if that mindset is holding me back. Well, I mean, just think about it, dude. Like, there's not really any right answer. But at the end of the day, here's your options. Option A, you're going to go through years of rejection, figuring this out on your own. Years and years of rejection, if not a couple divorces, really bad breakups, losing a lot of money financially. Or you can just invest in a coach and get there within a few months and have your dream relationship and save time and probably save money at the end of the day. For me, when you really paint out the options like that, it's pretty simple. I had this one guy who came to me when I first started coaching 6 years ago. And just because I didn't know influence, I didn't know persuasion, we let him go. Even though I knew that my program could change his life, I knew we could help him. We were like, yeah, maybe figure it out on your own if you just don't want to invest the money. And one of my mentors was like, why did you do that? Dude, he's going to go years and years trying to figure this out on your own because you did not believe in yourself and your program enough to change his life. And I was like, fuck, you're right. He came back to me 6 years later, literally, I think it was about last fall. He came back to me, messaged me, he's like, hey man, I finally got a girlfriend 6 fucking years later. And then guess what happened? Since he didn't do my program, didn't learn this stuff, he messaged me 3 months after that and said, hey man, she ended up dumping me and leaving me. I was about to propose to her. Exactly like this guy's story. And like, it made me feel like shit because like, I was like, wow, like I didn't have the balls to say that my program could change this guy's life and he's being a fucking cheap ass. And it's like, dude, if you're going to be a cheap ass, being cheap is going to come back to haunt you, especially with your self-growth and knowing that you need to change something and you're not taking the action to fix it. Life is going to come back and it's going to balance that out with more of what you don't want, because life is basically saying, hey, like, you're not taking action to fix this. So we're just going to keep giving you what you want because that's what you're communicating to life. Life doesn't know what you want and what you don't want. It just knows and feels what your energy is. And if you're not putting energy towards attracting something, then it's just not going to give that to you. Because it's like, oh, like this is what your energy currently is. We're just going to give you more of what you don't want, which is rejection, because apparently you're satisfied with that. That's what your energy frequency is on. So at the end of the day, dude, like I've never seen... So I've been in Cancun before, and when we were in Cancun, there was a drunk guy in the ocean, and there was $20 bills washing up on the shore. So we got like $40 for drinks that entire trip, just because $20 were washing up on the shore, and there was just money just all over the beach. It was absolutely fucking hilarious. And so people were just fucking picking up money basically from some dude, whoever was out there in the ocean had fucking lost his swim trunks or something, and money was just washing up. I've seen $20 wash up on the beach. I've found $100 on the ground before. I found a couple of dollars, couple coins. But at the end of the day, I've never seen 20 minutes of time wash up on the beach for you to pick up before. Just never have. And that's exactly what investing in yourself does. It saves you time. Time travel doesn't exist, okay? Maybe it does if you want to talk about conspiracies and all that bullshit. But in reality here, time travel doesn't exist. What does exist though, if you want to get as close as you want to time travel, is investing in yourself, because you're going to skip over the hundreds of rejections that you're going to have to go through, if not 1,000 rejections you're going to have to go through to finally figure this shit out and finally have it connect. So dude, like that mindset's horrible, bro. And at the end of the day also, no chick's going to be attracted to that, dude. No girl you want is going to be attracted to a guy that's like, yeah, I just don't want to invest. At the bare minimum with my program, dude, you can invest and do my program for a minimum with the systems and partners we have. You can do it for a couple $100 a month, if not like 100 and some change per month. It's like, if you can't invest in yourself a couple $100 per month to work on your dating life, you deserve a 5 out of 10. You're going to be the guy that's stuck with that, because no girl that you want is going to be attracted to a guy with a mindset that's like, I'm just not going to invest in myself. Because when you don't invest in yourself, you're basically telling the girl, hey, I just don't believe our relationship and you are good enough and our relationship is good enough for me to invest in it. I'd rather just put the money in the bank. Okay, like if that's what you want to do, dude, but you're going to keep writing me emails frustrated, and I'm just going to keep telling you what you're doing wrong, and you're just not going to apply it. Like that's just how it's going to be. He said, I just don't want to waste any more time or money on something that might not work. Well, I don't know if you've done a coach or not before, But you know, it's like, go to all my reviews, dude. Go to all my testimonials if you want to look at coaching like with me. Go to my website, awakeningalpha.com. You can look at, there is an endless scroll button on my website of testimonials and interviews on the home page. So it's like, if that's not fucking proof, dude, I don't know what is. Just don't know what is. And none of those guys were paid testimonials, by the way. Those are all extremely happy clients that you can talk to in my program right now, who just got amazing results with what I do. I wouldn't want to waste money either, dude. I wouldn't want to waste money either. But if I'm going to spend money and invest money in myself, I want to make damn well sure I do it with the best, and we're the fucking best. He says, what do you think? Can you help someone like me turn things around? Yeah, I mean, dude, again, go to my website, go to my YouTube, my playlist with all my testimonial interviews. We still have to add a couple dozen. We just haven't gotten them edited yet because we're getting so many testimonials right now. And watch, we've helped hundreds of people just like you, bro. So like, you can hear me say like, yeah, we can help you. I can. Or you can just go to my YouTube, go to my playlist, go to my icons here on Instagram. If you're watching on Instagram, you can scroll through endless amounts of testimonials on my story here. He said, thanks, Carlos. Well, dude, again, like, I'm sure we can help you and you can look at all the testimonials, but we've helped guys just like you learn this stuff so you can attract your dream relationship. But at the end of the day, like, we just can't help you if you don't have a growth mentality and you're not willing to invest in yourself. Like, if you're just not, dude, you're just not the type of man that A, we want to work with, and B, you're not gonna be the type of man that women ever want and are attracted to. So the first things first, you have to decide to change and take action. And if you're ready and you want to work with me personally in my program Arrows, or work with my team as well alongside me in my program, you can message me here on Instagram, the word purple monkey. That's our like YouTube word, or like our you've watched my long form content word, so we can prioritize you over all the messages that we're getting right now here on Instagram. If you're on my YouTube, there's a Calendly link in the description below. You can book in a call with me or my team specifically, talk to my team, and we will break down what you're doing wrong and see if you would be a perfect fit for what we do on that call. And then we'll make you an offer on that call to work with me and my team in my program exclusively, so you can get the results as fast as humanly possible right now and efficiently, so you never lose them. Only book in the call or talk to us if you're serious about learning, if you're serious about investing in yourself, and you're just tired of just doing the same old song and you want to change things up and invest in something, and especially invest in yourself and your future relationship, which is going to lead down to your future children one day as well. That's why this is such a great investment into yourself. And so if you want to do that, again, if you're on Instagram, message me personally. If you're on YouTube, there's a link in the description below. And on that note, I'm Selma Kim, America's face of dating, and I'll see you guys in the next video.